It absolutely sucks to be scammed, but it really cuts to the core and even down to the white meat when you are scammed by people within your own race. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist, and I want to talk about, scam betrayal when it happens within your own race. And I'm African American, for those of you who might be questioning or don't know. And one of the things I see a lot within the Black community is like this deep sense of hurt and betrayal when, they've been betrayed by someone else within the Black community. And one of the things that tends to happen, when you're betrayed by somebody Black, sometimes people apply generalizations to the entire community, and so I'm sure, you may have seen it on social media where somebody has patroned a Black business and didn't get what they paid for, or the person has skipped out on, providing a service. I see it a lot with beauticians and cosmetologists, especially now that you have to prepay in an app for most of them, or makeup artists or other people, and they skip out, or they provide lackluster service. And, everybody jumps online and it's like, you see that? You see that? This is exactly why you can't patron Black businesses. This is why Black people can't have nothing. This is why Black people can't do nothing. And this is why our community can't get it right. And this is why I don't trust Black women. And this is why I don't trust Black men. And that, and on and on and on it goes, and it could just be applicable to one situation that they saw. And that could be a trigger for another situation that they've experienced, and they're willing to write off the entire community. And I'll take it even a step further. Within the Black diaspora, there's, communities that are known for scamming. And I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. And don't shoot Dr. Jones for it. But the Nigerian community, people are known, that community is known for scamming. And you hear it all the time, especially now with shows like 90 Day Fiance and things like that, where everyone's trying to get K-1 visas and go to a certain country and blah, 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 and they're like, look at the scammers. Oh, the scammers getting scammed, or you shouldn't be surprised if you're going to get scammed by a certain country. And I say this with all due respect, so I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'll just put that out there. But, just to illustrate a point here. And so there's, just within, or, other communities that also may be known for scamming within the Black community, or Afro-Latina community would be, Dominicans and things like that. So this is huge. When I lived in Chicago, it'd be like, well, don't do that because you can't trust them, or they run this kind of scam over there, and they're known for this over here. Every community within the Black community is known for a scam, or there's like a warning label that goes within that community, from Egyptian to, like I said, to Nigeria, all sorts of communities, to even Black Americans. And even Caribbean people too, like Jamaican, Bohemian, all of us, I'm sure, can name a scam that we've heard within particular communities, or we could talk about the generalizations that go along with the community because it's happened frequently. And so we're just saying, I'm not fooling with them. And so even if you're nothing like that, even if you're not a scammer, people are not willing to give you a chance to prove yourself or to see what you're about, because your community comes with such a reputation. And all it takes is one small mistake, or what, I wouldn't say one small mistake, but all it takes is one error, one sign of disrespect, and then it goes back to, you see that? I should have listened to so and so because I should have known that you were going to scam me. This is also something that's going on right now between Black women and Black men. And there's like, all of these things like, oh, you guys want one thing, or we're using, or we're known for this, or we're known for that. And there's just all of these negative connotations, fighting, and generalizations that can happen, stuff that I've spoken about on here as well. But all it takes for many of us within the Black community is one time to be burned with it by our own people. And then a lot of us are ready to hang it up, be done, and just throw the whole community away in terms of doing business with or trusting, especially when it comes to money and resources and things like that. But actually, even now, I would say even with respect to relationships as well, it just takes one time, and there's all these different cultural nuances, but it really hurts a lot more. And there's a deeper level of betrayal, a sense of betrayal that we feel, so much so that we project it onto people that we don't even know are about that yet. And I'll tell you, which I've spoken about this too, it even shows up in terms of a mental health professional, or even working in the legal profession, where people just automatically assume that you're not going to give them quality care, or that people come in also not wanting to pay you because you're one of theirs. So they may skip out on bills. They may lead up front with, expecting you to discount or lower your rates. Those kinds of things where it's like, if I'm coming to you, I expect to get the sister to sister discount or sister to brother, all that kind of stuff. So there's those kind of nuances, but there's also people that don't want to communicate or have this extra layer of distrust because I'm a Black woman, and that can come from your own community, so much so where they'll be unwilling to be cooperative, to speak, to interview, to do anything. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you because I automatically assume bad things about you, that you're ignorant, that you don't know what you're doing, you're incompetent, all this other kind of stuff, or that I'm not going to get the type of service that I actually want from you because I just looked at you and you don't look qualified. But yeah, let me know what it's like for you guys, and if you guys have also experienced some of what I'm talking about, and what just experienced it, maybe saw it, or maybe even had those feelings for yourself. I'm sure we've all had that bias, maybe been struggled with overgeneralizations, or at least been affiliated with someone who has. And again, no disrespect to any of the communities mentioned. I have a deep respect and admiration for all of you all. But let me know what you think. Hope that helps. Take care.